always relish coming down and playing here with the Vikings boys. You know, they've been very welcoming. You know, from when I first arrived here in 2012, and the Brumbies said I was coming here. So no, a lot to them, and you know, and they always sort of welcome me back whenever I can. So yeah, it was good to have a great hit out today. Good win. Uni North's very tough. You know, and they gave it to us right to the end there. So I mean, the win was what it was about, and representing Polynesian Day here at the Vikings, which is such a big thing.
Your goal is to be playing in the World Cup this year. Are you feeling on track?
Yeah, 100%. I think I had a really good rehab with my rehab coach, Ben Serpel. You know, he really put me through my paces the last 6 weeks. And look, like I've said in the media before, it's the Olympics of rugby union. You know, every kid should aspire to be in the World Cup and represent their country. So, you know, mine's no different. That's always been my dream, and it's been my ultimate goal heading into this year. So. I know the steps I need to take to get there, and you know, one of them was, you know, putting in a good performance this weekend for Vikings, and you know, I'm happy to do that and happy to get the win.
Talking about being a kid and aspiring from your roots, today was a big day for the Polynesian community, and can you take us through what that means for you? You're from Samoa, yeah?
Yeah, proud Samoan. My parents were both born in Samoa, and you know, very big on their roots and where they came from, and remind us every day of, you know, the sacrifices, you know, they had to make, and a lot of people of our country and also of Tonga and Fiji and the rest of the islands, you know, the sacrifices they make to, you know, to give their kids a better life and so forth. So, you know, you've seen how big the Polynesian influence is on rugby union, rugby league and sports like that, and it's just good to recognise that. And you know, I know Sione, one of the props, he's donating these jerseys to a team in Tonga, which is huge. I think it's great. You know, it's you know, always being able to give back is crucial in rugby. You know, so that, you know, we always got to be reminded that we're never bigger than the game. You know, and that's what makes this game so lovely, and you know, why it's such a worldwide thing and why everyone's getting into it.
You're coming back from injury. How did it feel?
Good. I think you know, you always have a few, you know, doubts in the back of your mind, but sort of as a rugby player, you try to train yourself to sort of move past that and forget about that mentally, and just go out there as if you're injury free. And you know, it didn't bother me in the slightest when I was out there, which is the main thing we wanted out of this weekend, and a bit of game time, you know, under my belt heading into next week. So no, it was great.
You mentioned the pace of the game. How did you keep up fitness-wise?
That's the first 20 minutes. You know, I felt like I was moving in slow motion, and everyone was so much quicker around me. But no, I sort of warmed up into the game, and you know, slowly found my feet in that second 20 of the first half, and then you know, was lucky enough to play the first 20 of the second half, get a good 60 minutes out this week. So you know, that will put me in good stead for next week, and I just really enjoyed being out there.
You guys today were dominant on the scrum in the first half, and then in the second half, Uni North came out. They looked like a different team.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the thing I was alluding to with how competitive every team's becoming, you know. And I think Australian rugby taking a step towards realising how important set piece is. You know, it's an area of our game that we've fell off the last few years, and you know, it's good to see that it's starting to build at this level. You know, and it's good for me, you know, coming back to to club level and then going to Super Rugby next week. You know, I really need that test, and I got it today out of the Dobson brothers who were the props there, and one of the Fijian Rico players who've come over at hooker. You know, so no, I was just really happy. I thought it was very competitive, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And
so a big week for you this week. Your first game back it'll be 7 weeks next week with the Brumbies. How are you feeling?
Excited. You know, it's not many people get to wake up and do what they love every day. You know, and I'm very fortunate and very thankful to do what I do. Look, for us it's a big game the next 3 weeks. You know, for us to really compete and be there at the crunch time at the end of the year, we need to win all 3 games. So. Look, I'll get in on Monday and see if Bernie picks me for the team first of all, and then we'll go from there.